everyone, welcome to episode 25 of the arieknits podcast. My name is Ariel and this is a video podcast where I pretty much talk about all things knitting, sometimes crocheting, sometimes sewing, and just lots of yarn goodness because I love yarn. And yeah, so this is the video podcast. It feels like it's been a very long time since I've last filmed, although I only missed one weekend, so it's been 2 weeks since the last time I filmed, but it feels like it's been longer for some reason. I think just because there's been kind of a lot of things going on since then. But yeah, so we'll just get into it. I have a lot of works in progress things to talk about in today's video, and I also have some acquisitions to talk about at the end of the video. And what's really fun about the acquisitions is I literally just went to my mailbox and picked it up. And yeah, so I'm glad it was there so I could show it with you guys today. So first off with what I am wearing, it is the double date sweater. I finished this the last time I filmed, but I think maybe I didn't block it yet. I think that's right. Oh yes, because I did block it maybe a few days ago. And yeah, so now I am wearing it. It is fully finished now. So again, double date sweater by Winter's Weather Knits, and the yarn I use is Sewrella Yarn Cashmere DK in the colorways Napa for the main color, and then Wine Bottle Green, The Last Glass, and Somm for the stripe colors. So I will stand up now to show you. Well, I stood up and sat back down, and I'll stand up again. So I made size extra small. I used US 6 size needles, and the finished measurements, I got 39.5 inches in circumference, and that gives me 8.5 inches of positive ease. So there's a good amount of positive ease on this sweater. And as far as modifications, I did add one more stripe to the body, so it is slightly longer than the pattern describes for the size extra small. And again, as I've mentioned, I did change the cuffs, the sleeve cuffs, to be the green color instead of the main color, and I think that makes it pretty cute. So yeah, this is it, and I will say I did not gauge swatch for this sweater. I always gauge swatch for test knits, but almost never for non-test knits. So measurements did come out to be a bit larger than the pattern says, but I think it works pretty well. Like, I'll still wear this, and I have been wearing it. I did mention last time that I thought the armholes were pretty big. I think that they might be 1 inch bigger than the pattern states for this size, and I don't know, like, what I was worried about it being big under the arms is that when I put my arm down, I would hate to like feel like a bulk of fabric under my arm, but I think because it's so loose and that the body has a lot of positive ease as well, that when I'm holding my arms down, I don't feel it at all. Like, I don't feel the bulkiness, so it's fine and doesn't bother me. So yeah, it just looks like a really nice oversized sweater, and I do really like that. And the colors are growing on me now that I'm wearing it and it's been blocked and kind of everything has been smoothed out, I guess. I actually really do like this sweater, and so I'm very happy with it. Since it is in DK weight, I do feel like the time has been, the warm weather, I don't know, I feel like the warm weather is going to come up on us soon, but that could also be false. Like, we might still have a couple more months of cool weather so that I can wear this sweater, but even like today, I think after I film this video, I'll have to take this sweater off because it's a little warm inside my apartment. So, but I am wearing it for the video, and I'm trying to wear it as long as I can because it's really comfortable, and I just like to wear knitted stuff, as I'm sure all of you also like to do if you're watching this podcast and like to knit. So yeah, so that's what I'm wearing, double date sweater, really enjoying it. And yeah, let's move on to my works in progress because there is a lot. I think it's because it's been 2 weeks, so I have 2 weeks of lots of knitting to catch you all up on. So I will start with a big project, and I don't know if the last time I talked about this project, it's been a while, I think. This is the test knit of the Dawn to Dusk Shacket by Tiff Knit on Instagram, and I've actually almost finished it. So, I mean, okay, so I need to stand up to show this to you because it is a massive project, but here it is. I've actually already blocked it. I did not weave in the ends yet, as you can see all of the ends flying around, but I did block it, and I knew I was going to like it after blocking it. Like, I already liked it, but everything kind of felt a bit scrunched together and things weren't laying flat as things usually do. So I knew that once I blocked it, everything was going to kind of like smooth out and, you know, lay flat, and everything was going to just kind of drape a lot nicer, and it does. And so I am obsessed. So I'm trying to remember the last things that you might have seen on this jacket, so if I repeat myself, I apologize, but I think from the last time I have finished the button bands. Maybe that's where I last ended off. I finished the button bands on both sides, and then I've also finished the collar here. So it is a folded over collar, as you can see. Apologies for all the ends kind of just like over here, but yeah, so that's the collar. And then also I added this edging detail to the bottom hem. You pick up stitches again to do this. It is the in the pattern she calls it piping, but I think it also might be called like welts, possibly like this kind of detailing. So that's added also at the bottom hem here. So I added that all to the curved hem for those final touches, and I think that kind of finished it. And so it is blocked, and all I have to do now is weave in the ends and sew on the buttons. So there will be buttons in the front and also one button for each sleeve for the cuff here. It's this way, yeah. Yeah, and so I am pretty sure that this is going to be a finished object for next week's video. So keep a lookout for that. It is amazing, and I am really happy that it's like so close to being done and that I can wear it very soon, because I've been very much looking forward to wearing this jacket, and hopefully before the weather gets warm. I don't know why I feel so like I have to finish all of my big sweater knits, big jacket knits soon, because I just want to be able to wear it, because I know it's going to be very cozy, and I don't want to have to wait until the end of the year to wear them again. So I will do my best. I think it'll be fine. I can definitely finish this coming week. So yeah, so hopefully also then once I finish it, I can put it on so that you can actually like see how it looks. Since it is such a massive project, it might be kind of hard for your view to see just how amazing this pattern is. I guess I can show you the back and how everything's kind of looking and draping here. You can see the curved hem. Yeah, so that is the Dawn to Dusk Shacket. I really made sure I spent a good amount of time on this recently. Was it this week or was it the week before? It might have been this week, because yeah, I mean the deadline is at the end. The deadline for the test knit is at the end of this month, I think. So you know, I do like to finish things with enough time towards the end. I don't like to crunch and have to rush for test knits. So yeah, so I just felt some good motivation to get this going, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy that the yarn feels as amazing as it does, and like as I was expecting it to. Like, oh, and I've been talking about the yarn and didn't even mention it. So the yarn I'm using is the Rerum Natura Gilliatt in the colorway Darjeeling. So it is the worsted weight yarn, and I really like it. This is the first time and the first project that I'm using that yarn with, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it for future projects again, because I really like how it feels, because it feels, and I don't want to use the word rustic really, but it does have, like, it's not slippery soft like some non-superwash. I also could be totally wrong about how I'm describing fiber, but yeah, it has this kind of rustic feel and drape. I like that it holds up and feels like it's sturdy, but it also has nice drape. It is not itchy, and I think it's just the perfect yarn and the perfect material to use for a shacket. Like, I think it's a really good pairing for this pattern. So I'm just really happy with it, and I feel really happy that my choices of yarn, like pairings of yarn and patterns lately, have been, I think, really good. Like, I think earlier, and this makes sense, like earlier when I was first starting to knit, I feel like I had some misses as far as yarn plus pattern pairings or colors and patterns, but I feel like I've gotten really good at kind of like figuring this out. So yeah, I've just really been liking this yarn for, well, I think for anything in the future really, but definitely for this pattern, I do like this yarn for it. Okay, so yeah, so more to come on this. I will finish it. I'm gonna say it now to keep me accountable. I will finish it because I really just have to weave in the ends and sew on the buttons. And because I'm so excited about it, I think sewing on the buttons won't be too much of a like chore to feel like to do. So that's really exciting. I'm gonna make sure I keep this out after I film this video so that I remember to finish it up. So that is that. Oh, and I do want to mention, so I made this in the size 1, and I used US 5 needles for this. Okie dokie. I have so much things that I don't know where to put this in the pile once I'm done talking about it. Okay. All right, the next thing is my big cozy Cardi by Andrea Mowry, and so this is the project, my one and only project. I was very good. I was this close to bringing a second project with me to my really quick trip to Hawaii last week, but I was good, and I only brought one project, and it was the big cozy Cardi, and I made lots of progress on it. So I did finish my first skein of yarn, and this is how much I have right now. I'm being a bit careful because I took the needles off of the cords here because I'm using it for a different project at the moment. But so this is what I have. I think that when I brought it to Hawaii, I was actually, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I was here, down here, and then so in Hawaii I worked on it about this much, and that's, I think, kind of a lot. And I say that maybe you can see that my gauge changed. Like right here. It's definitely more visible in person, but I think it's like right here. The stitches kind of become, there's more definition up here than down here. Down here they just look kind of like a mess. I think with blocking it'll be okay, but yeah. I can just see this line, but it's okay. That's fine. I'm gonna keep going. Oh my gosh! Wait. Okay, they almost fell off the cord. Okay. So yeah, big cozy Cardi. I think this might be about 12 inches, and I think it's about a third, a little over a third of what I need to get done. So I am on my second skein. I am using a fingering weight yarn, so it's going to be a lot lighter and airier than the sample or what the pattern, asked for, because I'm using a lighter weight yarn, and I'm doing the size small, or size 1, the smallest size. So yeah, the stitches are going to be a lot kind of more open, but that's fine with me. It's kind of what I wanted, and also because I really wanted to use this yarn for it. It is the Aimee yarn in the Merino twist base in the colorway Jinju, and I really wanted to use this yarn for it, so I'm making it work with the fingering weight yarn. So anyway, that is progress on this. It's pretty straightforward. Like, it's a really nice knit for on the plain, because you don't have to like look at a pattern when you're working on it. It's still interesting because there is like it's not just plain stockinette. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. Just gonna keep going at it. So yeah, and I am using US 3 needles for this. Okay. Next up, I have a test knit to show progress on. This is the Uptown Tee by Tori. Tori Knits NYC on Instagram. And let's show you how much progress I've made. So I think this is the front, yeah. Ta-da! So I have split for sleeves, and I think on Instagram I showed once I split for sleeves, but I don't think I talked about it on a podcast video yet. So yeah, it's kind of scrunched up on my needles down here, so the body looks a little scrunched up at the bottom. But yeah, so I split for sleeves. The sleeves are so cute. And I have a good amount of the body kind of worked up already, I think. So yeah, at this point, it's just straight stockinette knitting in the round, and so that's been really nice for TV knitting, or yeah, doing something where I can knit but then also pay attention to something else. So that's been really nice. And yeah, yarn colorway that I'm using for this, I don't know why that came out really weird. I'm using Explore Knits in the Denali sock base in the colorway Extra Sprinkles from last year's Ice Cream Social collection. And every time I look at this, I'm just really happy. Like, I think that this is a perfect yarn color pattern pairing. It's just so fun. Like, I think the lace sleeves look really cute in this colorway because it's very speckly, and so I think that kind of just like adds to the funness of the pattern and yarn. And so this makes me really happy. And yeah, so I've just been kind of working on this, and I'm just gonna keep working on it. Lots of stockinette knitting. So sometimes when I get bored with it, I move on to something else. But lately I've been kind of craving that like just knitting in the round type of project. And so once I split for sleeves, I felt very happy. I felt relieved. Like, I was like, okay, now I don't have to look at the pattern for like increases in lace and, all that kind of stuff. So it's been really nice, a nice breather to just go back to knitting in the round. And yeah, as far as sizing wise, so I am test knitting this size 1, which is the smallest size, and I am using US 4 needles, which I think is also the recommended needle size in the pattern. I got gauge with the pattern needles that were recommended, so that was nice. So yeah, so US 4 needles, and I think those are all the details. So yeah, Uptown tee. This is gonna be really cute, and also since I feel like warmer weather is coming upon us soon, like this would be super nice to kind of have something ready to wear for the warm weather. Okay. Next. Ooh, okay. Another. I have to stand up to get this. Okay, this is. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know about this. I think I show progress on this about every video. So this is my Lo-Fi shawl by Bridget, and it just makes me really happy. It is my comfort knit, and it has been my comfort knit ever since I casted this on. Like, this is just like when I want something relaxing to knit on, it's this. So again, just showing progress. At this point, it might not be that much because the rows, again, as it grows, the rows are getting longer. So I'm pretty sure from last time oh, this is the right side. I feel like I might have been around here, and so I know for sure this was starting the garter stitch section is new. Actually, maybe, yeah, I think right here. I can tell because I have the, where I'm joined my, wait, is this my no, is this my third skein? Am I on my third skein? Oh no. Wait, am I going crazy? Hold on. No, yeah, I started my third skein. Why don't I remember that? Okay, so I started my third skein, which is my last skein. So that's exciting. I'm pretty sure that's an update, is that I started my third skein, like just right here. So I only started it. But, so that's progress on this. I mean, I say this every time, but I really like how this looks. I love the pattern, I love the yarn. I'm using Woolberry in the Berry Natural base, so it's the non-superwash base, in the Hello Autumn color, and the squish on this and the softness is just, I think, really perfect for a shawl. And yeah, so I am planning on making the size 2 of this shawl, which is the bigger size, but I might just keep going if I have more yarn left, just to try and use up as much of the yarn as possible, so it may be larger than the size 2 in the end. And I am using US 2 needles to make this. So, yep, so that's progress update on the Lo-Fi shawl. And then, okay. Next, we are just going through this list. Okay. Oh, I have a big update on my teddy zip. Okay, so it is almost done. Let's see. Okay. Ta-da! So again, I kind of forget where I left off last video, but I think last video was when I talked about how I ripped out my first version of the teddy zip, which had 2 boucle strands held with a worsted weight yarn, like non-boucle yarn, and I decided to rip that out and just do 2 strands of boucle held together to make it still feels bulky, but it feels less stiff. So, and to me, like I did a gauge swatch and I was like, I like this a lot better. I like how it looks a lot better, and so I just went with it, and I have almost completed the jacket. So, I mean, I think since last time I just started it, like there wasn't much. I think I had the back done and maybe one of the fronts. So now, like, the whole body is done. I added the collar, the folded over collar up here. The sleeves are done. And also, I did the pockets So there are pockets on this thing now, one on each side. They are actually sewn in also. Not all of the ends are weaved in yet, and I did not block it yet, but I have been wearing this. I have been wearing it throughout the day when I'm a little cold. So it's not even done, and it's been getting a lot of wear already because it's in a wearable state. Oh, I did want to mention, because I don't think I mentioned this last time, possibly. So the way that the pattern is written is that you are supposed to, for the body rib, it's the non-boucle yarn, but I decided to just go with the boucle yarn because I just had no yarn to match, or enough of a yarn to match to make the rib. But I did have a yarn that kind of matched, and I was like, I think I have enough to make the sleeve cuffs with, and I think that this color, right? Like, that's a pretty good match. It was leftover yarn that I can't remember what it is. I'm pretty sure, like, it's an alpaca yarn, and it might have been from We Are Knitters or something like that. It's an alpaca yarn, but the color matches quite well. I think and I was also supposed to use a worsted weight yarn for the cuff, but this one I think might be like DK, but it's fine. Like, I'd rather it be, I don't know, I think it looks fine. And also the color matching was just like so great that I just had to use it, and the ribbing doesn't look bad. I think it looks fine. So yeah, so much progress on the teddy zip. So what I have to do next is, I'm not done with the knitting part of it yet. So there is and I didn't know this until I got to this part of the instructions, but for the zipper, because there's going to be a full-length zipper at the front, you're supposed to make like an inner, something to add, like an inner panel. I can show you what I have so far. So I'm making this right now, and it's going to, and it's interesting because I was trying to figure out what this was, because all of the pictures of the teddy zip I found, like, no one's showing the inside of the jacket, so I was unsure of what was going on, which made it kind of hard. But I think that this is supposed to sandwich, oh gosh, sorry, that's my leg. So this is the inside of the front, and it's going to sandwich the zipper. So when I sew in the zipper, you won't be able to see it from the inside. So we'll see. I think that's going to add a lot of bulkiness. So I almost considered not doing it, but I'm just going to try it out and see what happens. I also did buy my zipper finally. It's kind of hard to find a zipper. It seems kind of hard to find a zipper for this because I need, I think it was 17-inch zipper that separates, and also color of the zipper. I was like, I don't know. So I went with one that's white, like where the fabric part is white and the zipper is silver. Because there's, I mean, I'm not going to find anything that's going to look like this color, I think. So I was like, either I go black or white. I guess I could have also gone gray, maybe. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't show too much anyway, so it won't really matter. So, yeah. So, have to knit those inner zipper cover things, and then also sew on the zipper once I get it, and then this will be done. But in the meantime, I will probably just keep on wearing it because it's so comfortable. So yeah, so that is the teddy zip. I am very, very happy with my choice to redo it and just do the boucle. Because, like, I mean, look at that. Okay. Yeah, so that is the teddy zip. And, oh, and before I forget, so the teddy zip pattern is by I've been saying Joanne, but it might be Joan. I heard someone else in a different knitting podcast that said Joan. So I apologize if I've been saying her name wrong. So, Joan? I will go with Joan for now. Knitwear by Joan on Instagram. And the yarn I am using is Sewrella Yarn in the Boucle base in the colorway Sugar Mountain, which was a winter tono color. And I am making size 1, and I am using US 10.5 needles. Yeah, okay, so I think that's all the information on the teddy zip that I have to share. And then I have 2 new cast-ons to share with you, and these make me so happy. So I will first start off with, I will start off with the one that I casted on yesterday after work. I if you follow me on Instagram, I did post a story about this. So work was a bit frustrating yesterday. It was just, just one of those days. And I was like, I'm going to treat myself to a new cast on. So I am making the Almost Argyle Socks by Emily Curtis. And this is how much I got done on it so far. So I don't know why I haven't cast on any socks yet, but this is my first sock cast on of the year. And we're already in April, so it's been a few months of no sock knitting, but I just wanted to knit some socks. So this was the perfect cast on for that, and I am using Yarnwise Explore Knits Denali sock in Fiadh for the main color and Woodruff for the contrasting color. And I did buy this as a sock set last year during the Ireland collection, and it's been sitting in my stash just waiting for a perfect kind of like inspiration of a sock pattern to use it for. And I think, oh, this looks really cute. I think it looks really cute. So yeah, so I did finish the leg. I did do the keel already. I did the decreases. I forget, is this called the gusset part of the sock? And so yeah, so now I'm just knitting until the foot's done, and then I'll do the toe. I think that this is a really great sock pattern. I think it's enough interest, but it's still easy to do. And yeah, I maybe have mentioned this before, but I used to make a lot of my socks that I knit were Sari Nordland socks, and a lot of them are lace pattern kind of all over, and so they're very like airy, and I really like making them, and I like the patterns, I like how they look. But I've realized recently-ish that my favorite socks to wear are the ones that are not lace. I think the lace ones are very pretty, and I do still wear them, but there's something about just socks that don't have lace, like don't have holes on them, that just I think is just the most comfortable. So I've been trying to find patterns that have, like, they're not just vanilla plain socks, because those are also nice, but there's just something about, like, I want to make a sock that has some kind of pattern on it, which is why I think I was going the lace sock route. And then also cables I think are also nice, but if there's too much of it, like it's too finicky for sock knitting for me, like I think I'll do it, but I just wanted something that has some kind of interest, but is not lace and maybe not cables. But this pattern, I think it is totally gonna be, like, this is almost going to be like my vanilla sock pattern, I think, when I make future socks, because it's the pattern that makes the diamonds, like that, it's so easy to do. Also, yeah, actually, what am I trying to say? It's so easy to do. Like, it's not like making cables. And honestly, it knit up so fast. Or just, has it been so long since I knit a sock that I forgot how fast it takes to knit a sock? but they knit up so fast, and they again, enough interest. They look really cute, and it's not finicky to make this pattern. And it's just so cute. So I am for sure going to be making more socks in this pattern because of just all the things that I've already said that I don't want to repeat a second time. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with this is all I'm trying to say. So yeah, so this was my new cast on from yesterday, and I was working on it all morning. So that's how we got here. And I am making the smallest size in the pattern, which is the 8-inch circumference, and I am using US 1 needles because that is my favorite size needles to make socks, and it works out with the gauge that I got for it for the pattern. I think the pattern said the recommended needle size is US 0. So I was a little worried, but when I looked at the stitch count, I was like, oh, that's fine. I can use my US 1 needles, and it's gonna fit well. So yeah, so that is my almost Argyle socks, and I guess I do like to do this, so I'll just show you the yarn in its cake form. It's kind of falling apart because I've been moving it around a lot, but there it is. Very cute. Okie dokie. Then my last work in progress that I've been working on in these past 2 weeks is also a new cast on. I cast this on earlier this week. It is a test knit. It is the Color Tip Tee by Emily Curtis, and I am very, very happy with this. Okay, so I will show you what I have so far. Oh, I wish I wasn't at this part of the row. You know, because I like to, the part where the needles, actually it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's what I have so far. I did connect under the arms already, and so we're working on the body now, which again, just like my Uptown tee, working on the body just like in the round stockinette knitting is super nice, and so now I have 2 projects where I can do that, and it's really nice. So when I'm like, I want a change of colorway to look at, I get 2 projects to do some stockinette stitch knitting, and yeah. So I am, which I'm going to say first? Okay, yarn first maybe. So the yarn I chose to do for this is the Lavender Fiber Co. yarn in the base Ritzy sock in the colorway Nimbus. And I think I'm like maybe halfway or over halfway of my skein, and it's going to be really hard to show you this colorway, I think, on camera, but maybe if I show the back and then I hide my face and maybe angle this a certain way that you might be able to see. But it is, I would say, the main base is like this kind of yellowy white color, and throughout there's just variegation, just very slight pastel variegation of blue, peach, and pink are kind of the colors that I see. I really don't know if it's picking up on the camera here, but hopefully when I'm done with the tee that I can take pictures, and hopefully the pictures it'll be a bit easier to see like the color of this because it's so pretty. And so I've decided to use that for my main color. And then if you've seen the pictures of Emily's sample for the tee, then you'll know that, and the reason why it's called Color Tip Tee is because there is, and you can do, of course, whatever you want, but there's on the sleeve cuffs and the neck band, the body hem, and the pocket hem, I guess you could say. You can choose like different colors for it, and so that's really fun. And I've decided also on those colors. So I don't yet know where I'm going to place these colors on the tee, but I can show you the 4 colors that I've chosen. And I have mini skeins, and so I think that there will be enough to finish each section, but these other colors that I've chosen. So yeah, I have a really like light pink, I have a yellow, a blue, and a green. And these are 4 colors from the Sewrella summer tonals. So I bought the mini set last year during summer, and so now I'm finally getting to use them. I can't believe that I've had that mini set since then, but I'm glad I saved it because I think these colors are going to be really cute and kind of match with the, oh, can I hold all these together? With the colors, the really light pastel colors in my main color. So that's what I'm gonna go for. And yeah, so I'm just really happy with how it's going so far. I am test knitting the size 2, and I am using US 3 needles. These are the needles that I took off of my big cozy Cardi to make this. So that's fine because yeah, I worked a lot on the big cozy Cardi recently, and so yeah, they're now being used for this test knit. I'm really, oh my gosh, it just makes me so happy. And I can't wait. Also, I was in Hawaii when the test knit call for this came out, and so when I saw it and then I saw the pictures, I was sitting next to my dad and I was like, oh, like he doesn't really know that much about knitting, just like what I tell him, but also like it's not his thing, so he doesn't really know kind of like what test knitting is, for example. But I told him, I was like telling him about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna apply, like I really want to make this top, like look how cute it is. And he was like, oh, that might be fun for me to wear if you want to make one for me. And because my dad is very knit worthy, so, and I've knit him 2 sweaters that he's worn while he visited me up in Seattle when it's cold, so it makes sense. But back in Hawaii, it never gets cold enough to wear the sweaters. I think if you're like indoors and there's AC and it's cold, then you could maybe pull it off, but it's not something you would wear outside necessarily. So yeah, I was like, this is a great idea that I could knit him a t-shirt that he could actually wear in Hawaii. And the whole color kind of like thing on it too is really fun. And so I've been looking at some yarn colors because I like pink, if that wasn't already obvious from some of my other knitted things, and that is not my dad's favorite color. So I've been looking for different yarn colors and combinations so that I can make him one of these color tip tees in the future. So yeah, and there's other yarn in my stash that I was debating about using for the color tip tee for the test knit. So probably after I make this one, I will just make another one using the other yarn that I was considering for the test knit as well. So yeah, I know, even though I didn't finish yet, I know I love the pattern, and I know I'm gonna love the finished object of it. So yeah, so that's also been another really exciting new cast on this week. And that is all of my whips, my works in progress. So now I will move on to the acquisitions section because it's not like a lot to share, but there's more than there has been in a while, I think. So I will first start off with non-spoiler acquisitions. So let me just grab them here. So as I've kind of mentioned, so I had to take off my US 3 needles to use for a test knit, but I still kind of want to work on the other thing, but I don't want to keep switching off the needles. And there's a couple other projects, for example, the the, not the big cozy cardi, but the Sewrella cardigan. Surprisingly, I have not cast that on yet. I did do a gauge swatch, but I haven't cast it on yet because I don't have the needle size that worked for the gauge swatch is actually on another project. And I took it off of that project to do the gauge swatch, and I put it back on, and I don't want, it is a non-interchangeable needle, so it's a fixed circular, so I don't want to keep taking it off and moving it to do the projects, and so I decided to just buy some fixed circular needles. I do like a good interchangeable needle, but there's something about, I kind of just like fixed circular sometimes so that I don't have to deal with if the needle starts to come off of the cable and it snags, you know, so like I don't have to worry about it with that. So I decided to buy some needles, and so I went on La Mercerie's website. Is it weird that like I could go into the shop and buy it, but I just buy it online and get it shipped to my place? Anyway, so I just got these today. Makes me very happy, and I decided to get 4 needles. So first, I will show you, I got the 2 Leica driftwood wooden needles in the, both of these are 32-inch length, and I got US 2 and US 3 size because I feel like lately my projects have been using those size needles, and so I got them in this because I do have the Leica driftwood needle, the interchangeable set, and I really like them, so I thought fixed circulars would also be kind of a nice addition to those. Also because the interchangeables only go down to US 4, which is kind of sad because I feel like my projects live around US 3 and 4, so now I have 2 and 3 in that needle. And then because I love my US 1 sock needles, which are the Chiagu red lace needles, I decided to also get more of those. So I got the 32-inch US 2 and US 3, so the same size, like length and needle size as these ones, but just the Chiagu ones, and these are metal. So I will be able to kind of like compare and contrast. I think overall I like wooden needles, but once needles start to get smaller, I think I do like metal needles, or at least the Chiagu metal needles. Like I really like my sock needles that I got. Like I really like them, and so I thought it'd be good to try them in a slightly larger size needle so that I can use it for other kinds of projects that are not just socks and see how I like them there. So yeah, so I did buy 4 needles, which also means it's probably gonna be cast on party time this weekend, even though last week I already had 2 new cast ons. But I think I'm gonna finish some really big projects this week also, so more needles, more cast ons. Yeah, I don't feel bad about it. I don't. I maybe kind of do, but not really, because I have been pretty good at finishing my projects. I don't think I have anything that's been really long, just kind of waiting. I actually have, I have 2 projects that have been on my needles for like over a year, but those are the only 2, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so now on to the spoiler section of my acquisition. So I just got in the mail my Paisley Knits Spring Mystery Box, and also the November and December Yarn Club for the Gods. Actually, that's not spoiler, so I'll start with that first. Yeah, okay, because she already showed the yarn and the inspiration board on Instagram, and also she already had, Paisley Knits already had the pre-order for the God's colorways, and so yeah, I did participate in the yarn club for it last year, and so that's why I did get these now. But so these were the November and December colorways. So this is Aries, which is a very like berry red, I would say. It's really pretty, and I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm very like a red type of person, but this is very pretty. Also, the way that she dyes her yarn is just amazing. Like, I just love how blended it looks, even though it's variegated. Like, it's just so good. So much depth in the color. And then this is Artemis, which is a, I would say kind of like a forest green. Just have all kinds of different shades of green in here. And that's also really pretty. Together, I'm like, oh, since they're November and December, like they kind of could totally do like a Christmas vibe. Like a, not, you know, super bright red and green, but, you know, very like dark, moody red and green. But yeah, so that's non-spoiler Paisley Knits. But I did get these finally. And so now, yeah, I did also order from her pre-order. And so, you know, I'll just have all of the yarn from the Gods collection. But yeah, so those are those two. Okay, now actually on to the spoiler part, or potential spoiler part. So I got the Paisley Knits Spring Mystery Box. I did actually do the whole year, so like the seasons box, but this is the first one, the spring one, and it finally arrived. And when I opened the box, should I have done it? Oh, it would have been fun if I actually opened it like on camera. I was too excited though. I opened it before I filmed. But when I opened the box and I saw the yarn, my face, I was like, it is so cute. So I think everyone, like I'm pretty sure she shipped them all out. So everyone who ordered it should be getting it around the same time. I think some people have already gotten it like before I did, like earlier this week. But I did get mine today. So if you did order it and you're waiting for it, just skip this part. This will be the last thing I talk about, I think. Oh, actually, but is there like other updates? I might want to talk about other things. So I don't know how to, I guess I'll try and check the time on the video where you can skip to if you don't want to see the Spring Mystery Box. So I will try that, but if not, maybe just skip somewhere towards the end. But yeah, here we go. I will show you the Spring Mystery Box that I got. I did order the sock set box. So there is 4 sock sets. So the main color, like the full skein, is the variegated, and the mini skein is the tonal. And it is so cute. It is so cute. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put them all in my lap here. They're so cute. Okay. Also, they all have pink in it. So, or, yeah, they all have pink in it. So this is pretty much just like the perfect mystery skein box. Okay, where do I even start? Because, okay, I'll just pick one. Okay, so this first one, oh my gosh, it is French Hydrangea, which is the main color, and then Duckling for the mini skein. It is so cute. Do I even attempt to describe the colorway? So I guess, well, the mini skein will be easy. So this is a very like pale yellow, and Duckling is like the cutest name for this because it's just a really cute yellow. Main color is blue, purple, pink, and some like, oh, maybe back here you can see some like orangey, peachy tones in there too, which is really cute and nice. Like, I love that. It's so springtime-y. Like, it's definitely spring colors. Also, like, tomorrow's Easter, so, or at least when I upload the video today. But yeah, very cute, very like Easter vibes, I feel like. So that's the first one. And then this next one. This one might be my favorite, maybe because it's mostly pink, but so this is River Sunsets and Farm Fresh. So Farm Fresh is a really pastel green, and then River Sunsets, let me pull the label down a little bit. Oh yeah. So this one has more of like a magenta pink with green and peachy orange and kind of like gold tones in it as well. And so that's also very pretty. Yeah. So cute. Okay, third one is Mini Eggs and Levi's. So yeah, so we have the mini skein, which is a pastel blue, and then the main skein here is, I think it looks mostly, actually it depends on what part of the skein you look at. I was gonna say mostly this like golden yellow color, but it also is like, has those purple and blue streaks in there as well. So that's also very pretty. Also, like at the bottom here, you can see more of the pinky peachy tones in here as well. So those colors together just look really pretty. Okay, and then the fourth sock set is in the Meadow and Magnolia. So this one, I want to say it's is this contradictory, like a dark pastel pink? Definitely more magenta, and it's not like a super light pink, so maybe I wouldn't call it a pastel pink, but it's definitely maybe a toned down magenta. Yeah. And sorry if these color descriptions are just horrible, but yeah, and then the main skein here is, this looks very watercolor-y to me, like water lilies, because you've got like that blue-green with just those like purpley pinks kind of running through, and I think that's really pretty. Actually, is this my favorite skein? Which is crazy because I've been really liking blues and greens lately, and it also helps that there's those pink tones in there as well. Actually, yeah, this might be my favorite one of the set. They're all very pretty, and I love them, but yeah, I think this one might be my favorite. Okay, so now I will show all four of them. I'll stand up so that my face will be out of the camera so it'll focus, hopefully. Okay, so these are all four of the sock sets, and they make me very happy. Oh, they really don't look well with the sweater I'm wearing in the background just because the colors, but hopefully you get the idea. There we go. They're so cute and they're so happy, and they're definitely very springtime-y, and so yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to do any kind of mystery yarn thing this year, because last year, I mean, it's just, you know, it's sometimes hard, I mean, because they're mystery, so you don't know what colors you're gonna get, but I feel really safe doing Paisley Knits mystery boxes, especially because she does, well, I think other dyers also do like mood boards, and they kind of like show inspiration photos for them, but I've really enjoyed Paisley Knits yarn. I really like how she dyes her yarn and how it looks all worked up, and I do really like her colorways, and so even for colors that I don't necessarily feel like are my kind of colors, the way that she dyes them is just like really pretty, and so I feel very safe doing her mystery boxes. And so this first box, I mean, is just like, yeah, it is great. Very, very happy with this purchase. So yeah, and I'm not even done with the box yet because the box comes with some extra goodies. And so I can share them here as well. Oh gosh, okay, so each box comes with an art print. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this because I would love to put these up somewhere. But this is the art print. Oh, I don't know which side. I hope I'm not holding it upside down. Oh no. And maybe if I look at it longer, I'll be able to figure it out. But this is the art print. And it's very cute. It has a cute little bee. I am terrified of bees in person, okay? So there's that. But in a picture, it looks so cute. And it's on a pink flower. So that's also a plus. And so this is just, it's very nice. Very nice art print. Very nice picture. And so I do want to like put this up somewhere. I do like the colors. The colors are very nice on this. So yeah, so this came with the box. Also, I totally forgot, like I knew that the art prints were going to be in the box because Coley on her Instagram mentioned that the boxes were taking longer to ship out because she was waiting for the art prints. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. So I remembered that they were going to be part of the box, but I totally forgot about the other extras. So they also came with tea and 2 different kinds of tea, which is so nice. So let's see. So it looks like they're Canadian, which makes sense because she's from Canada. And so I've never tried these teas before, but this one is a black tea, black currant flavor, decaf, which is very nice. And then this one is a herbal tea, bumbleberry rooibos tea, and this also looks like it'll be very yummy. And so I'm excited to try these. I might try them later today. Maybe not both, but I'll try one of them today and I'll try the other one tomorrow. And I would say I'm definitely more of a coffee drinker. I have to have 1 cup of coffee every day. But I do like tea now and then. I used to drink like my coffee in the morning and then in the afternoon I'd have a cup of tea. But it started being a little bit too much caffeine for me. And since I really like my coffee, it's kind of just started just being coffee and sometimes do tea and sometimes not. But having decaf tea has been a nice, like, I don't feel bad about drinking that tea later in the day. So that's been really nice. And so I'm really happy with these. And so yeah, that's really cute and was a nice surprise because I forgot about it. And then there's also a candle in the box as well. It says, I guess, I'm trying to think, I think the candle company is called Homecoming Candles. And I believe it's saying that this, I was going to say flavor, but it's the scent. It says fig plus green leaves. And then on the top it says moss, cedar, orange, grapefruit. And I did take a smell of this candle. Also, I like to open these kinds of boxes from the bottom so that I don't rip the nice label. I mean, I'll probably just like, I'm not going to use the box again, but like, I don't like ripping labels if I can just open it from the bottom. But look how cute this looks. Maybe if the camera decides to focus. I think it's cute. I like that it's, I think, you know, like a really light green label, which matches the scent of, or the name of the scent for it. So that's really nice. And yeah, it's a very nice jar. And I mean, I'll just refer you back to the notes, the smells of the candle that says on the box. Moss, cedar, orange, grapefruit. I can't really say if I smell each of those things individually, but it does smell, I would say I can smell the cedar, but it's not strong. Like it is not strong smelling. Sometimes things that say smells like certain trees or the outdoors is like too strong, but this smells very nice, and I think it's like the perfect scent for a springtime box. So all around, this box has just like blown my mind, kind of like just because when I opened it I was like, oh my gosh, like I immediately knew I loved all of the yarn. I didn't have to like look at it and think about it. Like I immediately knew I loved it. Art print's cute, candle smells amazing, and the tea, I mean, I still have to try it, but like, looks like it'll be good to me. So yeah, okay, so that is the Paisley Knits Spring Mystery Box. And to future editing me, maybe timestamp now, we can like refer back to in the comments for people to, if they wanted to skip this part. So yeah, so that is all of the acquisitions. I feel very good about all of them, and I don't know what I'm going to knit with that yarn, but we'll see. Well, I'm gonna think about it. I'll just enjoy looking at all of it for now in the skein form. So yeah, and there's a couple things that I was like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to mention in the podcast. So I think this is like very soon future plans, like as in later today after I stop filming. I think I'm going to try and dye some yarn. I did try dyeing some yarn. I did dye some yarn in the past. Was it last year, or maybe it was the year before that? No, maybe it was last year. And they were quite successful. I don't think I've ever shown them anywhere though. I might have posted a story on Instagram when I did, but yeah, I've kind of got some inspiration lately to dye some yarn, and I did buy lots of bare yarn from Knit Picks last year, or yeah, was it 2 years ago? I don't know, the time has been just like, I don't know, but I had some bare yarn. I did dye some of it when I did buy it, but I haven't touched it since then, and so I've brought out my box again, and I've realized, yeah, I actually have a lot of bare yarn, and so I want to try and dye some again, and yeah, so that's like very near future plans. And what else? I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention. Of course, I should have written this down in my notes, but I didn't, so let's see, if I remember, I'll probably just write it down as a note to talk about in next video. But yeah, I'm really happy to be back to filming. I know in the past month, I guess, like I got sick one weekend, so I didn't film, and then I went on my Hawaii trip, and so I didn't film. So as far as I can tell for now, I should be back on a weekly schedule to film these podcasts, and which will be great because like today's video, there was, I think, kind of a lot of things to give updates on just because it has been 2 weeks worth of knitting, and I guess I do tend to work on a lot of things during the week, so there's just ends up being a lot of updates, and longer videos as well. So anyway, I guess I'll end it there because I can't think of anything else to talk about. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Flock Fiber Festival. The tickets went on sale last week, and it was really funny because I was still in Hawaii. It was actually the morning that they came out was the morning or the day of my flight, and so I initially got worried. I was like, what if I'm on the airplane when the tickets go on sale? But everything was okay. But they went on sale at, I think, like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. Hawaii time, so set my alarm so I can make sure to buy my tickets. So I bought the weekend pass, so I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm on the edge about going on Friday night. I think I can be very easily convinced to go on Friday night, but for sure I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. So I am one, very excited for this. Two, like, well, all the excitement, there's a lot of reasons to be excited for it. And also, like, meeting people there, that is going to be super cool. Like, there are so many people that I have bought, like, yarn or, like, stitch markers, like, products from before. And so getting to meet them in person is going to be kind of crazy. And hopefully I'm not awkward. I think I tend to be very awkward in front of people that I also, if I'm fangirling, like, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your yarn. Like, anyway, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited about that. And also, I've been watching other people's podcasts and, like, also Instagram posts of people saying that they bought tickets and they're going to be there. And so I think it'd be really cool. Like, it's going to be crazy to see some people that I'm like, oh my gosh, I follow you on Instagram and I love your stuff and, like, get to see you in person. So hopefully it's not weird if I go up to you to say hi. But also, if this feels weird to say because I don't, like, so, but if any of you who are watching do want to say hi to me, then feel free to say hi as well. I hope I'm not awkward, but yeah, feel free to say hi. It's gonna be, I think, a really fun time, and I'm, again, just, like, really excited for it. I think it feels like it's far in the future from now, but I think that the time's gonna go by really fast for it. So yeah, if you bought tickets, let me know. If you want to, let me know in the comments below, like, what days you're planning on being there. So that'll be kind of fun. And yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure that that was the one thing that I was missing, and now I remembered. So I'm glad that I remembered that. So yeah, this will be the end of the podcast video for today. I hope you are having a great day on whichever day that you are watching this. And as always, let me know in the comments down below if you'd like, what project you are working on and what yarn you are using, because, again, love hearing about that. And I seriously, honestly, when you guys comment patterns and yarns, like, I look it up, and, like, all the time I'm just like, so cute. Such cute stuff, such good projects, and it makes me really happy. So yeah, so that'll be it. Make sure that you are, what's the word? Make sure that you are stretching and resting your hands and your arms, your wrists, every so often while you're knitting, so that you can keep your wrists happy and healthy, so that you can knit forever and ever, because that's what I want to do. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be next week. We should be on a weekly schedule for now. Yeah, okay. Bye.